If you read enough retirement advice online, you will eventually hear a popular rule. Prioritize a Roth IRA because the tax-free growth outweighs everything else. That advice relies on a misunderstanding of how these accounts work. A traditional 401k and a Roth IRA are not competing products. They are different tools designed to do different jobs, and they produce the best results when used in a specific sequence. Treating them as an either-or choice often leads to a tactical error. Skipping the employer match in a 401k to chase the potential for tax-free growth. But there are traps on both sides. The first is the illusion that the employer matching money actually belongs to you the moment it hits your account. The second is a specific IRS rule from the Secure 2.0 Act that went into effect in 2026, altering how high earners can invest in the late stages of their careers. Mastering the sequence of funding these accounts is the only way to capture your free money and maximize your total tax advantage space. We have to look at the mechanical differences first. A traditional 401k gives you a tax break today. You contribute pre-tax dollars, lowering your current taxable income, but you pay ordinary income tax on every dollar you withdraw in retirement. A Roth IRA is the mirror image. You contribute after-tax dollars, so you feel the pain in your paycheck today. In exchange, every dollar of growth and every qualified withdrawal is tax-free. Deciding between them requires you to predict your marginal tax rate decades in the future. Because you cannot know future tax law or your exact retirement income, you are effectively placing a bet on a variable you don't control. Prioritizing this tax gamble over the immediate, guaranteed return from your employer creates a mathematical deficit that is difficult to overcome. Let's run the actual math to see that deficit. The most common employer match formula in the US is 50% on the first 6% of your salary. This split screen shows how this plays out for a $100,000 salary. Both allocate $6,000 toward retirement, but the 401k side receives an immediate $3,000 employer match, a zero-risk 50% return. Projected over 30 years at 7%, the match generates an additional $22,837. Standard stock market investing carries risk. An employer match does not. It provides a massive initial head start that exists regardless of market performance. The tax-free growth in a Roth IRA is powerful, but it rarely produces enough momentum to catch up to a baseline balance that was instantly increased by 50%. Skipping the match to fund a Roth first costs $22,837 in lost future wealth for every match you leave on the table. This makes capturing the match the mandatory first step for any saver. There is one condition to that free money. Employers use the match as a retention tool, enforced through a vesting schedule. Fewer than half of US 401k plans offer immediate ownership of matching funds. Most require you to stay for a set period. Look at the 3-year cliff. You legally own 0% of these funds until your exact 3-year work anniversary. If you leave the company in year 2, you forfeit every dollar of that match, along with all the growth it generated. If you know you are leaving your employer within the next few months, the actual return on your match is 0. In that specific case, the Roth IRA becomes your superior immediate vehicle. For savers over 50, a specific Secure 2.0 provision took effect in 2026, creating a new restriction on how catch-up contributions are handled. This rule targets anyone age 50 or older who is trying to accelerate their retirement by making an $8,000 or larger catch-up contribution. This decision flowchart isolates the trigger. The restriction applies if your FICA wages from your employer exceeded $150,000 last year. If so, the IRS legally prohibits pre-tax catch-up contributions. All of those funds must be deposited as after-tax Roth dollars. High earners lose their upfront tax deduction, which immediately increases their federal tax bill. There is a secondary complication. If your employer's plan does not offer a Roth option at all, you simply cannot make catch-up contributions. Veteran earners now have to navigate a forced trade-off, accept an immediate tax increase, or lose their ability to maximize their tax-advantaged saving space. To optimize your retirement plan based on these rules, there is a specific checklist you should execute this week. First, if you are in the accumulation phase, log into your 401k portal. Verify that your contribution percentage is high enough to capture every dollar of the employer match. Next, pull your plan documents and check the vesting schedule. Do not base career moves on matching funds that you do not yet legally own. If you are 50 or older, pull your 2025 W-2. Check box 3 and confirm whether you crossed that $150,000 FICA threshold. If you are over that limit, verify if your plan offers a Roth option. You may need to adjust your W-4 withholdings to handle the higher tax burden. These administrative checks ensure your retirement plan is built on actual data rather than generic advice. But what do you do when your income is so high the IRS locks you out of a Roth IRA entirely? The solution is the backdoor Roth IRA, a two-step maneuver designed to bypass the income ceiling. However, if you have existing pre-tax IRA balances, a calculation error called the pro rata trap can trigger a large, unexpected tax bill. Click the video on your screen right now for Part 4. We will walk through the exact mechanics of a clean backdoor conversion so you can safely grow your tax-free wealth.